So the wind is howling, and we have had a lot of rain, and I've been already once today, but what I've realised is that I can't plant my peppers because I'm not sure which pots they are. I have chilies and peppers, and I've mislabelled them, lost the labels, forgot what I've put where. I've got 2 pots of peppers this year. Too many, I know, but what I did was I set a pot that I called normal peppers and a pot that I put in the description as yellow peppers, and that's all I've put. So none of these really are big enough, and the ones that are big enough, I don't know if they're chilies or peppers. So we're starting again with these. We don't normally have a big enough growing season for peppers anyway, so I never do that many. I always struggle with them. Really, to grow, I think, peppers successfully in the UK, you need to start them off really early under grow lights, and I don't have that set up. But this year we've had a warmer spring, so I've done better. And then because I've grown on the other ones, I've left these a little while. But in here, 1 furline and 1 Roma, and I have to say they're not doing great, but we have got tomatoes. The cucumbers romping on. I've got them. We'll give them a week. We'll see what's the biggest. The only description we've got is yellow peppers, but we'll see what's the biggest, and then they can go in down there and possibly replace those if they do get devoured by slugs. Temperature in here is nearly 30 degrees, so I'm going to go and have a look at mine now. And I don't leave the doors open because of the wind, and although the greenhouses are anchored down, I don't want the wind to not be able to escape. It does need to be dealt with quite quickly, really. Just that bottom area. We got so far and then the rain came and then everything just grew like nuts. We never got the concrete done there to stop the weeds coming and the rats getting under. Right, I've done exactly the same in here. I've potted on 1, 2, 3, because as you can see, these are the peppers or the chilies. Huge, but I don't know which one's which. And I think the flowers are pretty similar as well. These are the armpits from the money maker, and I've potted those on now. I don't know if there's time. These are the old leaves, and then there's the new growth. Same on those. The only one that didn't make it or do anything is that one. I don't know if there's time for them to actually grow tomatoes now, but I'll know for future reference it does work. This one might be okay, and I actually think that it's the store-bought plum. I think I separated some out to keep 2, and I think that was one of them, and then I didn't look after it properly. I bought the hanging basket up for the toms, but now I'm thinking, could we get away with 1 in each basket, so 2 baskets. And then the other thing that I've done, I can't actually stay in that greenhouse, is maximum temperature of something like 50 degrees or something. Let me see. Yeah. Amazing. You need the wind. I've just put those, I've took all the yellow. Maybe that one could come off as well. I've took all the yellow leaves off. I think that's it, and I've just left them all. There's 5 left. Just left them sat in. My plan with them is to swap them or give them away. I'm going home, guys, because this is my second visit today. This morning I covered that because the birds were eating all my strawberries. It wasn't like this when I left. Look, I'm filthy. That's from my gloves, you see, because I'm wiping my face constantly when I've got gloves on. It's been raining, so we've had quite a lot of rain, 3-4 days worth. Overnight into the morning, then it went cloudy, so it was quite cool when I left to go to the allotment this morning. It was 8 o'clock. The strawberries were eaten. Saw the armpits, moneymaker armpits were root bound and growing at the bottom of the pot. They needed sorting. Saw the peppers, thought they needed sorting. So, and I'd got sandals on. So I did the strawberries there and then, went home, changed, still cloudy at this point. Did what jobs I needed to do today, out and about, etc, etc. Then called back at the allotment, at which point it's now blazing hot and 50 degrees. And everything I've got to do is in the greenhouse at 50 degrees. Good evening. It's nearly bedtime. Today, I've set these cherry seeds. Oh, they need watering. I will just get some water right now. Briefly to the allotment after picking up my dog's wormer from the vet and flea stuff. And I popped the dill in around the courgettes and around the cucumbers. It says that they help to deter spider mite on the cucumbers, and it says that they're beneficial to grow with courgettes, sweet corn, and luckily enough my sweet corn and courgettes are in the same bed. So these cherries pips that I've set, they are called Arvin Glen, and I just bought them from Tesco. That's the little marguerite. I'm just watering these bits. And then I've also set a lemon balm. Although I have got lemon balm at the allotment and at home, I don't have it at my son's. And then the other thing that I've done is I've started potting on the basil, because I've already done the dill and I've already put some in at the allotment. So now is outside, fully hardy, so they tell me. The dill in around the courgettes and around the cucumbers and sweet corn. There's about a quarter of a tray left up there for me to work with that I'll put in at my son's. I've started potting on the basil at home. I've put the cherries, the Arvin Glen cherry pips in. Generally they need stratifying, so they may not do anything and I've never successfully grown them from pip cherries, but we give them a go. We had the pips, so they're in a pot. It might be spring next year before they do anything. It might not. They might grow this year. I'm not sure. What else have we done today? Oh, we've been trading courgettes and Cape Gooseberry with my fellow allotmenters. My husband just went round and sort of spoke to people, and I've brought home this tomato plant. It does look a bit tired, but it has got tomatoes on it, so I've put that in a fairly big pot. That can just grow here at home. Other than that, I've cooked dinner and cleaned my house.